Hi, I'm Sharon. Thank you for joining me for Exercise with Resistance Bands. These exercises will increase your strength and your muscle mass, improve your circulation and your range of motion. I'll be sitting to demonstrate, but if you are safely able to, I recommend that you do these movements while standing, which will help your balance. You should choose a band with just the right amount of resistance for you. If you're new to exercise or recovering from an injury or surgery, it's best that you start lighter and work your way up as you gain strength. They come in many different colors. This set, for example, the purple is the lightest, the green is the moderate, and the blue is the heaviest resistance. Today I'll use the blue since I've been practicing for a little while. Whether you're sitting or standing, it's important that your posture is good. I'll make sure my ears are pulled back right over the tops of my shoulders, and my shoulders are right over my hips. I'm not slouching in my chair or leaning back. This allows me to use my core muscles. I'm going to slightly engage my abdominals, and this will allow my deeper breath to bring oxygen into the working muscles. Let's begin with the warm-up. We'll also be doing these movements in between our strength exercises. Begin by putting your fingertips on top of your shoulders. Inhale, float the elbows backwards. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Exhale, come forward and see if you can touch your elbows. If not, just move in a range that is comfortable for you. In breath back and out breath forward. Going at your own pace, let your breath be your guide. Okay, next, I'll stretch my arms and fingers. Cross, give yourself a hug, give yourself a little squeeze here. Tighten up those fingers around your shoulders. Open out and stretch those fingers as wide as you can, down and back. Cross and squeeze, open and lift. Notice how I'm using my spine just a bit in this curve as I lift the chest, in breath, and curve, tuck the tail with that out breath. Again, moving at a pace that's comfortable for you and a range of motion that doesn't cause discomfort. And finally, shoulder rolls. Moving our shoulders backwards. 4 times backwards. Let's take it fast. And then 1 time, big circle together. Slow. 1 more time. 4. Alternating rolls and 1 big roll together. Okay, let's begin with some exercises for the back with our resistance band. I've tied knots at the end of my band, although that's optional. Sometimes this can help with grip. Let's start with our palms down, holding near the edges of the band. Sit nice and tall, remember posture, engage those abdominal muscles, and make sure you're breathing. My band is shoulder height. I'm never bringing it up any higher than shoulder height. Keeping the elbows slightly bent, I'll pull outward and backwards, bringing the center of the band toward my chest. We're going to complete about 12 repetitions of each of these exercises. Okay, we'll set that down. Let's try our shoulder roll to release those muscles. Next, hand position is the same, palms down, holding onto the edges of the knots. Let's go ahead and isolate one side at a time. I'm holding my right hand still and extending with my left. Hold the left still, extend with the right. Freeze the right, move with the left. Hold the left and move with the right. Your shoulders should be down, relaxed. Your posture is just as described, nice and tall, breathing deeply. Great, drop the band. Let's try this one. Cross, open. Next, This one's fun. This is called the bow and arrow. If you're standing, you'll want to stagger your feet. Let's try right foot forward and the left foot back. It works as well when you're sitting. I'll take my band with my right hand, hold on firmly to the end, take my left, and hold halfway. About a foot of space between my hands. I'm going to lean forward slightly, as if I'm shooting a bow and arrow. Find my target, and pull. Right behind the ear. If I find this movement too challenging, I can lighten the effort by moving my hand away a little bit. If I find it too easy, I can bring my hands closer together to increase the resistance. Feel the muscles in the upper back working. Shoulder blades move together. Let's try our shoulder roll. Relax the muscles. And now let's go right into the other side. I'm holding the knot with my left hand, my right hand, about a foot of space. Find your target. Let's stagger those feet. Left foot forward, right foot back. A slight lean forward does help while sitting. And let's pull that arrow. Find that target. Are we remembering to breathe deeply? Fill those lungs. Our muscles need the oxygen. Great job. All right, set the strap down. Oh, one at a time. Roll, 4, fast, and 1, nice and slow. Next exercise is for the back of the arms, the triceps. Pick your band up and place your right palm holding the band against your right thigh. My left arm is bent out the side with the band nice and taut. I'm going to keep the elbow right where it is in space and extend my hand out. I'm just using my forearm in this movement. My elbow's not lifting and dropping. Now, if you find that there is not enough resistance, you can bring your hand a little further up the band and make sure you anchor it against your leg. There we go. I'm feeling that muscle work now. Again, 12 or so repetitions. I'm not counting because we're all going to be going at our own pace during these exercises. Feel free to go a little bit slower if you need to. It's not recommended you go faster though. Okay. Let's do this one. Open, stretch those fingers, round the back, cross, and open. Okay, let's try the other side. I remembered what I needed to do on that other side, so I'll reset the same way. Shoulder away from the ear, relax the neck, lift that elbow, and extend. Let's try this one. Elbows together and open. Touch and back. All right. This next exercise is for the shoulders. Pick your band up about shoulder distance apart. Keep your elbows locked into your sides. Shoulders relaxed, posture nice and tall, abdominals slightly engaged. Open outward to the side without letting your elbows move away from your torso. You won't have a lot of movement on this one, but you'll feel it. Make sure you're taking those deep, oxygenating breaths. Great. Hey, next exercise is for your legs. If you are standing, I recommend that you find a sturdy chair to sit in for this one. Sit forward at the edge of your chair. Take the band around behind the back of the legs. Make sure that it's nice and wide. And we'll take the ends and give them a few twists so that they're easier to hold onto. Posture is important on this one, as you'll need to be engaging your abdominals to stabilize. Okay? I'm going to keep the same 90-degree bend in my leg as I move it outward. Tap to the side and bring it back. Reset. Alternating right and left. Take this at your own pace and just move in a range of motion that you're comfortable with. The next exercise is for the arms, the biceps. Drop one end of the band to the floor and step firmly on it with both feet, the balls of both feet. Make sure that it's anchored firmly so that it doesn't fly up during the exercise. Hold the end of the band with your palm facing inward. Keep your elbow at your side and close to your body. And let's try for a big range of motion on this one. Bring your fist as high as you can towards your shoulder. Use control of the band. We don't want it to boss us around. We have control of the movement throughout. And at our own pace, complete as many repetitions as you can. Let's switch to the other side. I'll swing the band the other direction. Again, step firmly on the end. Make sure it's anchored in place. Palm facing inward. And bring the band upward toward the shoulder. Let's stretch. Cross and open. Now that you're really warmed up, you might have a little more range of motion. Bring the arms a little further behind you through that stretch. Okay, we've got a few more exercises. The next one, I'll bring the band behind my back, right about your lowest rib, a little higher than waistline. My elbows are close to my body, and I'm engaging those core muscles, paying attention to that posture. I'm pushing forward, alternating right and left sides. This one is working the muscles in the front, my chest, and anterior deltoids. Go at your own pace, and make sure that as you punch, you're not leaning forward with the torso. Step the band down and stretch. One more time. I like this one for a stretch after doing a chest exercise. Cross and open. All right, we're moving on to our very last exercise. Bring your resistance band a little higher on your back. Start with the elbows close to your sides, palms facing forward. Hold the very ends of the band. We're pushing outward and slowly back in. Exhale as you reach. Inhale as you come back in. Go at your own pace. Let's try for about 12 repetitions. right, you did it. Good job. Thanks for joining me today. Hope you had some fun.